All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining the TrueCommerce webinar today. I'm Rick Wilson with Martin & Associates, and we have Jeff Franklin from TrueCommerce. He'll be speaking most of the time here. So just from a housekeeping standpoint, we're recording this webinar. So you can ask your representative here at Martin Associates if you need to follow up. We can direct you on our website where that recording is. So without further ado, Jeff, go ahead and take it away.
Thanks, Rick. So good afternoon, everyone. So what I'm going to go through is, I'm Jeff Franklin from TrueCommerce, and I want to show how TrueCommerce is trying to meet the needs of what the mid-market companies need nowadays. And it used to be that TrueCommerce only focused on EDI, but as you'll see in this presentation, we do a lot more. So a little bit about TrueCommerce. TrueCommerce is a global company with over 550 or 60 employees across the globe. We have 9 offices in North America. We've got 3 over in UK and Ireland. We got 2 over in Europe and 1 over in China. All of them are TrueCommerce employees, so it's not that we're outsourcing. Everything is all part of our company. So a little bit by the numbers. TrueCommerce connects to over 92,000 different connections with companies. We did over 25 million SKUs that were managed and cross-referenced. The big thing that we're seeing a tremendous growth in now is because of the Amazon and Shopify effects now is supplier side, where suppliers are starting to come on board. So people don't want to keep a ton of inventory. They're just constantly ordering whatever they're running out of. And with that, we handle over 25,000 different suppliers. We did over 20 million purchase orders. We even have a e-commerce site that can tie in a web store that can tie on the back end of your website. And with that, we did over 30 million point of sale transactions. You know, we also have the replenishment. We have something for VMI, vendor managed inventory, so where we can replenish goods. And we also shipped over 800,000 orders shipped through that, through our web store. So businesses have changed tremendously, okay? Years ago, people owned a business. They had a single warehouse. They got an order. It took them 2 to 3 weeks to fulfill an order. And then, you know, they'd get their orders via fax or phone or email. And then they would either ship it directly to the store or to the distribution center. And then if you wanted to track that order, you'd have to call customer service between 8 and 5 and find out how it was shipped and trucked and, you know, try to find out when you're going to receive it. Well, nowadays, there are multiple warehouses. There's fulfillment centers. You don't have 2 to 3 weeks. You have 2 to 3 hours now to fulfill the orders. So if you're shipping to an Amazon and you're a prime shipper, you have to get that out within 2 to 3 hours to make sure that that customer knows that it's being fulfilled and that here's where how it's being shipped and tracked. You're getting orders in via EDI, shopping carts, portals, Amazon, still some of the old way, phone, fax, and email, but majority are coming through more electronically. Now you're shipping to stores, distribution centers, businesses, end users, and you could be shipping one item in one box, or you could be shipping, you know, 10 pallets, you know, with 1,000 items and 100 boxes. But the thing is, everybody wants to be able to track this 24/7, okay? They want to be able to tie in on their phone or tablet and just be able, where is this order and when am I getting it? So with that, TrueCommerce started, you know, out with the trading side of our business, which was the EDI. So where you're doing business with the large, trading partners, and you want to be able to, connect with them, and they only receive your orders electronically, we do a very nice and simple job to make it easy for you to do that. But then what we found out is that they wanted now, other pieces. So people now on the vendor side, well, they kept getting 100 POs from you a month. They want to make that electronic. So we can do that multiple ways. We can send out EDI. We can onboard a lot of your vendors if you wanted, so we could actually help them get up on EDI. Or we could even set them up on a portal where, anybody could tie in as long as they had internet access. We got planning. So we got a VMI solution, which is vendor managed inventory, that allows you to do business with like the P&Gs, Procter and Gamble's, and some of these other larger companies where they don't ever want to run out of stock of your product. So what you can do is actually have this analytics, VMI software that actually takes a look and will verify and make sure, based off of sales and how much inventory they have, how long that they will be in stock, and make sure that replenishment is sent before they ever run out of stock. And then we have the whole e-commerce and portal side of our business, where you could set up e-commerce on your website to be able to handle that. And I'll dive in a little further on how diverse it is. TrueCommerce has over 12,000 customers and adding over 10% a year. We add between 1,200 and 1,400 new customers a year. So the unique thing is we have a lot of analysts looking at TrueCommerce because we are a very responsive type company to what's going on in the industry, okay? And what we did is we leveraged our rich EDI connections that we've already had out there for years, and realized that, a lot of these are vendors, a lot of these are suppliers to other people, a lot of them need e-commerce. And what we found, and what even Gartner said, is that nowadays, if you want to work in this business, supply chains need to become more agile, intelligent, responsive, and collaborative. And they go on to say, but the biggest thing is that such disruptive business models are fueled by connections, okay? And what they mean by connections is EDI, e-commerce, portals, marketplaces, all of those things to enable your company to come together and deliver the customer experience in ways not possible before. And instead of going to 5 or 6 different ISVs to try to get it and hope that they don't, that they'll all work together, TrueCommerce made it so that it all comes through the same simple interface and will work. So what we call this system is the Foundry. And what our Foundry system is it's a very robust, multi-tenant SaaS environment, which is highly scalable and resilient with, full, backup and, disaster recovery. And it has deep integrations across all of the, Sage, Acumatica, Microsoft, and many other ERPs. And the whole idea was we created this hub and spoke type model, because what we wanted to be able to do is, if someone just needs e-commerce, great, plug in the e-commerce and it'll go through the same Foundry network. Or if you wanted EDI and e-commerce, you could have that. Or if you wanted one at a time and then add something else on, you could do that. We have full visibility as well, so that you can see how many orders came in via EDI, how many came in through your e-commerce, and how many were shipped. And we have all of that ability. We're trying to make this one unified commerce network to handle all of customers, suppliers, and different channels and marketplaces. And like I said, it's available either standalone or totally integrated across all of them. And as you can see, all the different channels over there, there's the Shopify, Magentos, the Amazon, Walmart, Jet, all of these type of marketplaces are all becoming very popular, and people need to be able to tie into that. So the way we did this is across a whole ecosystem, okay? And what we consider it is a many-to-many information hub, because we can handle the retailers and all the, large box stores with EDI, and they'll require you to do EDI. But then, of course, you might want to do something on, storefronts or marketplaces where you can tie in and be able to pull it through the same interface and pull that in as an order. But then, of course, you may not even have that. You might work with warehouses and be able to send down to your warehouse what you want them to ship. We can handle all of that. We support multiple global protocols all the way across. There's XML, ANSI X12, Edifact, Tradecom, all of those. And we tie in with over 25 different ERP systems across the globe. So our ERP integration is very unique, okay? And this kind of gives you an example of how simple it is. So it doesn't matter who your trading partner is, if it's a retailer, if it's a marketplace, if it's kind of both with Amazon. What we do is we have the mapping software that will come in. So if it was EDI, if it was a marketplace and we had to translate it, we can translate it from, say, XML into whatever format you need to pull it into your ERP. And the unique thing is that the mapping on the left, the Foundry network, does the first mapping and translate it into a format that our solution or our Foundry network can handle. And then on the right-hand side, we have our transaction manager, which is up in the cloud, that can also, for example, take a field. Say you receive in an EDI order that has a ship not before, don't ship after, and you want to keep that don't ship after date in a user-defined field. You could map that software or that field to go into the correct location so that it could get pulled into your ERP in the right area. And then we can do cross-references and so forth. So it's a very robust system and makes it very simple for you to be able to tweak the small little things that you need for your unique business. So the whole idea is, like I said, we were known for EDI, but now we have a lot more behind it. So our e-commerce solution is very robust and simple. It's a responsive web store, so you can run it on whether it's a computer, whether it's a tablet, whether it's a phone, it doesn't matter. And then on your storefront, you can set it up so that it looks exactly like your website. You can set it up to be a mobile point of sale, where if you're out on the road and you want to just tie into your website, you could actually use it as a point of sale and take, payments and so forth. It also has a unique feature of specialized components where you could have loyalty customers, subscriptions, clubs, like we do a lot of wine and beer. Some of these all have clubs that you join the wine club, and you get special pricing based off of that. So it's very robust and very unique on how we can do this. Well, now that you put together a whole web store, now the point is you're going to have to be able to ship it. And to be able to ship it nicely, we put together this pack and ship. Now, a lot of the ERPs have that built into them, and that's great. If they have it built in, we can grab that data from the existing ERP and be able to upload that, for tracking where your order is and so forth. But if you don't have it, our pack and ship is very powerful in the sense that it can optimize your packing process. It can do rate shopping across the whole thing. It can print out whatever compliance labels are needed, whether it's advanced ship notice labels or just a shipping label. You can track your whole packages through delivery, and I'll go through that in a second. You can see what was shipped, what wasn't. You can analyze, the performance. You can automate the advanced ship notice for that. So where if you're doing business, say, with Amazon, they want to know when you shipped it, what the tracking number is. You can automatically upload that back to Amazon or any of the other trading partners so that they have all that. And like I said, it ties in with the ERP system or your e-commerce site to be able to handle this. So with this, you can also track which orders were fulfilled, which ones, printing out packing lists and commercial invoices, printing out GS1 labels if you're doing advanced ship notices, shipping labels. You can also get the whole alert. So as soon as you ship it, the recipient or the customer can get a alert saying, hey, your order was shipped. We can do the whole breadcrumb trail of, where it is in the delivery process and, where it is and when you should receive it. And like I said, you can do the full analytics. How many orders did we fulfill? How many did we ship? What was the cost of shipping? Are we shipping a lot on Fridays? Are we shipping a lot on Mondays? You can see all of these type of analytics for that. The other thing we have is something called PIM, which is a product information manager. And what this is used for is that a lot of people now need to either upload to their existing channel or their customers what it is that you're shipping them, how are you selling it to them, unit of measure, a picture of it, a video, specifications. And what we did is gave the ability that you could put as many attributes behind each product to make sure that each customer can see exactly what they want. And you can limit who sees what. So if you're selling to Walmart and they see a unique item that we sell instead of a dozen, we sell 15 to them because they wanted their own unique packaging, then they would only be able to see their product with the 15 versus everyone else who orders it by the dozen, okay? And it's completely customizable. It ties in through an API access, so it can tie into other external products as well. And the whole idea is now we want you to be able to connect across all your channels. So like I said, online storefronts, point of sale, ERP, EDI providers, replenish and planning, supply chain execution, so you can do warehouse management. We even got a transportation management. If you have a bunch of warehouse with a bunch of docks on there that you want to start scheduling your trucks to be more efficient, we have something. So make sure you talk to us about that as well. So when do you need TrueCommerce? I mean, you need us basically if you're dealing with retailers, grocers, big box stores. They're going to basically tell you, if you want to do business with us, you need to do EDI. If you're a distributor or manufacturer and now you want to start selling on your own and you want to go out to e-commerce or marketplaces, then you're going to want to talk to us. If you're dealing with marketplaces now and you're doing them manually, so, it's great. You're tying into Amazon and you're downloading it, but now you're realizing that was great when I took 5 orders a week, but when I'm doing 25 a day now, this is becoming a real pain. So that's a good time to tie in with us. Supplier enablement. You're ordering constantly from 2, 3, 5, 10 vendors, 20 vendors, 100 vendors. It doesn't matter. We can automate that so that when you put in a purchase order into your ERP system, we can export that out and send that directly to them either via EDI or through a portal where they can receive that purchase order, be able to send you back a PO acknowledgement or an ASN saying, hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to send that tomorrow, and you should receive it on Friday. And then when we invoice you, or when they invoice you, you can match it up to the original PO. We can do vendor managed inventory, where if you have a company that you constantly order and you do not want to run out of, or they do not want to run out of your goods, we can set that up and do full analytics based off of history, based off of what they have in inventory. And it's full analytics that does a great job. And like I said, we work with a lot of the big stores, but we're also noticing now that it's coming down to the mid-market as well. And then we also have the PIM, which is more catalog, specific, and it can go to customers or partners so that they know what they're ordering. There's a lot of sites out there. There's GS1, which is, Global Sync, which allows you to upload, all your attributes and so forth, so you could tie in with them and be compliant with all of that. If you need some of this information, it is all on our website, and this is a picture of the top of our website right there, so you can find all our supported Sage and other ERPs under solutions. If you go under data, if you want the data sheets for specifications, you can go under resources, success stories, there's training videos. We have everything on there, so please feel free to do that. With that, I want to thank you very much. Anyone who watches this, feel free to contact me or contact your representative at Martin & Associates, and they know how to contact us as well. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Rick.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Jeff. A lot of good information there. I know we had a few other people join from when we all got started, so if anybody's that's on the website, or I'm sorry, on the webinar, if you want to go ahead and use the chat feature that's on the bottom of your Zoom screen, ask any questions, we can do it that way. There was one that we had in here earlier about the way that the e-commerce works. Is that if somebody is to do that, are they having to rewrite their whole website, or, how does that end up plugging in?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the way, so a lot of people get very gun shy about that, because a lot of people, a lot of my competitors out there have, you spend a lot of money writing your website, and now all of a sudden you want an e-commerce and you have to rewrite the whole thing and go spend another $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 to rewrite it. Ours is a storefront that goes on like a shopping cart that goes on the back side of your website, that takes the same look and feel of your website. So it looks like it's all part of it, and it's very simple at a much, much less expense price. We are talking between anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000 or $6,000 to add that on, depending on your needs. And, it could grow from there, but that's what our average usually is. But, and it's a very robust shopping cart. Great question. Thanks, Rick.
Okay. Yeah. There was another one on here about, how to get started. So, if somebody wanted to learn more, I think I can answer part of that. You could contact us or Jeff. But do you guys have, a process of maybe starting with a discovery call just to see, what the requirements are and go from there, or?
Yeah, exactly. So what we would love to do is get, you guys get in touch with your rep at Martin & Associates. They can contact me, and what I'll do is line them up with a sales rep and make sure that, yes, we do a nice discovery. Make sure that you're a good fit for us, we're a great fit for you. And then at that point, we do a discovery. And once we do a discovery and find that it all looks great, then at that point, we will put together a whole demo. We can put together a whole pricing, everything else, and be able to, handle your needs that way. And usually we work right through Martin and Associates, which is the best way to do that. Now you can look at our website and feel free to call me, which is fine. But, most of the time that's the way it goes, right through, Martin and Associates for that.
Right. That's how we normally take care of it. So that's good. Well, if just to let people that are in the webinar here, once again, this has been recorded. So if you want to revisit and miss some parts, or you want to revisit it so you could ask the right questions, etc., that'll be out in our website. So thanks again, Jeff. Great presentation. Thanks everybody for attending and giving us some of your time today. Hope you learned a lot about TrueCommerce and what some of the businesses out there are doing and what's available.
And thank you,
thanks
Rick.
Again. Yep.
And thank you, Rick, for our partnership with Martin and Associates for many years. So thank you.
Yep. We've got quite a number of customers together. So, all right, we'll let everybody go.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jeff.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.